hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be mid-May messages for the sign of Pisces. Hello, Pisces. What is going on? I hope you guys are doing well. Listen, guys. If you've seen my mid-months before, you will see something is different. You've got that little Hierophant card up there. Now, what happened during the pre-shuffle was you had two cards come out, and the Hierophant came face up. And I would normally take that card and place it wherever I was, laying the next card, but you did have two. And one was in the position that it's in right now, and the Hierophant was face up. And because one was in the position, I was like, okay, that's the card. And then normally I would just put the Hierophant back in and be like, okay, there's my four cards. Let me just go ahead and get this fifth card out of here. But I was strongly compelled to leave the Hierophant where it is. Like, it wasn't there on the board, but to leave it out. So, I don't know why it's here. Maybe I'll figure it out while we go along. Or maybe that means something to you guys. If you know a little bit about the Hierophant or a little bit about tarot, it is the major arcana card for Taurus. Some of you might have a Taurus of significance in your life, but it does encompass things such as churches, schools, government, basically bodies or entities of power with oversight, which speak to tradition and sort of following the guidelines, okay? So media also, as you can see with the television there. So that might mean something to some of you guys. It's here. It's just going to stay there. I'm not necessarily going to address it unless I see a reason to incorporate it in the reading, okay? So you guys got a little odd little bonus there, all right? You're special, Pisces. You guys are so special. All right, guys, so I've shuffled off camera to save time, even though I didn't because I had to talk about the Hierophant. So what we're going to do now is we're going to shuffle for the outcome. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Oh, wait. Did I say my spiel? No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, that's the spiel. See, it came and it like totally disrupted my whole thing. If you want to skip ahead to when I actually begin the reading, there will be a timestamp in the description box below. Go ahead and click that. If you want to get a personal reading with me, you will find that information also down in the description box. I would say get that reading sooner rather than later, as come June the 1st, I will be raising the price for my most in-depth reading from what it currently is set at. And so if you've been thinking about, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, you should, because that will be the cheapest that my most in-depth reading will be offered at, okay? All right, that's sort of my spiel. All right, let's get into it. Let me see outcome for Pisces in mid-May, please. I want to see Pisces message for mid-month May, please. Outcome for mid-May. There it goes. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Okay. How's that look? Oh, you're a little squished. We don't want that. We don't want that to be all squished like that. There we go, a little better. All right, let's flip these two. Hey, what is going on, friends? Guess we'll figure it out. Please show me Pisces prominent energy in mid-May 2019. Pisces prominent energy in mid-May, please show me. Okay, wow, they really yelled that at me. Holy shit. Okay. Coming in to mid-May, Pisces, you come in with the Seven of Swords. Well, saboteur, sabotage, sneaky snake. I'm not getting, like the whole cheating, lying, maybe manipulation might be true, but lying and cheating I'm not getting right now. So for those where you felt confirmed, I mean, maybe listen to your own intuition. That's kind of the point of tarot. I tell you, but then you reinterpret. But I am getting like sabotage, undercutting, underhanded, not so above board and not so nice, right? I mean, this woman with the two knives, I would assume she's the hostess of this little get-together, but it looks like she's about to, like, draw blood, So there's, like, false pretense, maybe, is also kind of what I'm getting here. And some Pisces can be like this. I'm not going to sit here and puff you guys up today. You guys know, if you've been with my channel for a while, I love and adore Pisces. You guys are so cool. You guys are some of my best peoples in the world. But you guys can be a little manipulative. You can be a little dastardly or a little like mischievous, you know? And I'm getting that. There's like this testing of the waters, pushing limits, you know, putting a toe over the line. Is it a true violation if I step my half of my foot over this line? Like, you're really wanting to see where the bar is, and then kind of not, you know, burst through the bar or knock the bar to the ground, but you really like nudge it. You nudge the bar. So there's this it's a weird experiment that only you might be aware of, Pisces. Or there's like a certain game you're playing that nobody else knows you're playing. It's really interesting. It's really kind of weird. It also has the potential to be dangerous because, I mean, again, looking at the illustration, my God, why are you pointing these two knives at this one woman's head? Why not all three or two of the three? So there's like this concerted, focused, almost risky intention or behavior that you're embodying right now, Pisces. If it's not you, it is a general reading. It can be somebody else, but be careful. I don't like it. Personally, I don't really like that. Now, what else is going on here? Because, okay. Here? Yes, thank you. So this risky behavior, this pushing of buttons or moving past certain lines or pushing the pushing the envelope, whatever you're doing, or whatever whoever this is doing. Foundationally, you've got the World card right beneath there. So what do I mean when I say foundationally? Meaning this is resting on the world. This is contingent or rooted in this energy, the World card. Major Arcana card, often associated with the fixed signs, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And then, of course, the World card is ruled by Saturn, so you have, oh my God, I'm about to blank on the ruler of Saturn. Or Saturn rules Capricorn. Thank you. It took me a minute. Or Capricorn. So again, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, or the more direct association with the World card would be secondary Capricorn, because primary would be the devil. That's just, you know, Tarot 101, okay? That's not really to do anything other than to illustrate what's going on in this card energetically and maybe highlight somebody in your life who might be one of those signs, okay? But the world is really focusing on, as you can see through the illustration, all the things in the world that are usually important to us, okay? You've got family, you've got prosperity or future generations, all that stuff that's down there on those index cards in that lovely little recipe box, right? So what's next for you, Pisces? Where are you going next on your journey of life or the game of life, which I love? I haven't played that in so long, but man, I would love to play it. I love games. Anyway, so think of it that way. If you've ever played that board game or something similar to it, where you spin the wheel, you roll the dice, and you move a certain amount of, you know, squares on the board. You pick up a card, you get a reward. You pick up a card, you pay the bank. Whatever. Consequences and rewards to life. Monopoly, Life, Clue, any board game you want. That's the principle, right? And so you pushing the envelope, you testing the waters, you know, putting a toe out of line, or you maybe, if it's concerted effort towards a person, pushing the buttons of one person, or pushing the limits of one person, or testing them, putting them to the pace or to their paces, is going to determine or factors into your next phase in life. World card, okay? I feel if you're doing this, or if it's being done to you, I wouldn't say it's dangerous, but it is certainly a very particular game to play, because I feel that this is a game. And me saying the game of life and all that kind of stuff, like, that's how I feel. Like, if you're testing someone, if you're pushing their buttons, or if you're purposely trying to see where the line is in a relationship, where the line is in terms of a professional relationship, where the line is in terms of a friendship, You don't actually want to cross that line. You just want to see what will happen if I do. What will happen if I insist and persist. You know what I mean? And Pisces, you would never do it, most of you would never do it in such a way as in to violate someone or to truly try to break their trust. But it's very close. It's very bendy, what you're doing. You're not aiming to break, but you are trying to bend it. Like that point of tension in the object before it breaks, before it actually breaks. You want to see how far it would bend before it breaks. So for some of you, this is a relationship, all right? You're newly dating, you've long dated, you've been long married, and now you're just like, so what would happen? Like, this is just an example, and the world might speak to that. Some of you might, for the sake of seeing what your spouse or your partner would do, you're making up dating profiles, and you're like leaving the web page open on the tablet, on the computer, on your phone. Like, you're leaving it so that they can find your profile. And then you are wanting to see if they will confront you. Some of you are playing that weird game. Baiting. You're baiting people, okay? Why? I don't know. I don't know why you would do that. Personally, I just don't. But for you, there's a purpose in this. If we're going to get married, you have a reason. Or now that we're married, what would happen if I did this? And you leave it out. Do they say anything to me? Will they confront me? Will they, blah, 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 blah? You just have like, I want to know the world. The idea of expansive knowledge or extensive knowledge. And again, it tied to the world, the World Wide Web, all that kind of stuff. So there's like this, what are the options here? What are the possibilities here? You want to see. You want to see what possibilities there are, and you want to see what path other people will choose. What option do you choose? A, B, C, or D? Oh, you chose C. Oh, you chose to confront me about it. Bravo. We can get married now. Like, some of you are playing that interesting game, and I don't know why. So apply that to your life as you see fit, Pisces. But it's an interesting thing to do, and I don't know why you would do that. I really don't know. I really don't know. My God, I'm like really stumped. And maybe I'm not supposed to know. I'm just your reader. I'm not really supposed to, know everything that you're trying to do here. So pushing limits, pushing boundaries. Like I said, I did say sabotage. So some of you, like, this is like is that it? Like, are some of you like having like trust issues? And so maybe you're trying to do like some reverse psychology on your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Like, everybody I've ever been with cheated on me, or everybody I've ever been with stole money from me or did whatever. So, and it doesn't have to be like, the whole, oh, I made an Ashley Madison. Does that even exist anymore? But I made like a Tinder profile. It doesn't have to be like that. Like, some of you are like checking your boyfriend, checking your girlfriend. Oh, maybe they have a history of stealing, right? Or they have a history of, screwing people over. So you're like, you just leave $200 out on the table or out on the dresser, and you leave it there. You put it in plain sight, or you put it somewhere where they've snooped before. And you're like, okay, here. You gonna take that bait or not? I don't know why you just can't have a conversation about this, but, c'est la vie. Everybody does their own thing, yeah? So doing that gives you this. 7 of Wands. I gotta turn the fan on. It's hot in here. My God. 7 of Wands. It's been a hot day. It was like almost 90 degrees here today. Anyway. So 7 of Wands, as you can see, is a detail. In this particular deck, I'm picking it up. Well, I'm picking up the traditional and this one. So in this deck, you see this toilet with all these toothbrushes around it. So that's the detailing here. You're getting down to the nooks and the crannies of a situation. You are having, like I said, a very specific test, a very specific line you are testing the boundaries of, or you're bending something to a specific limit. Very detailed. It's not, I'm creating a Tinder profile and I'm really going to go out on these dates. Or it's not, I'm leaving this $200 out and I don't care if you take it from me. No, bitch, I need that money back. Or I can, it could be like fake money, for God's sakes. I don't know what you're doing. But the reason why you're doing it, it has a specific, not result, but there is a specific, can I say it? Because I don't want to say it's a goal. Like, hypothesis. Thank you. You have like a hypothesis. You have that dog. It's not my dog, by the way, but that's the neighbor's dog. Ugh. I have the window open. I'm sorry. So yeah, you have a specific goal or a hypothesis that you're running this experiment on, that you're testing the limits of, yeah? And whatever you find, because if you think about it like this, if you really took a toothbrush, not your own for God's sakes, or your partner's, just take a dollar store toothbrush. If you really went to clean your toilet with a toothbrush, number one, it would take forever. Number two, you'd have to get so up close and personal to get into all the little nooks and crannies and all the areas of the toilet that you don't normally get into when you just use a scrub brush or whatever you do when you clean your toilet, okay? So there's this intimacy in a not so nice way, because who wants to clean a toilet with a toothbrush? Like, that's way too close to the bowl, in my opinion, okay? Like, no thank you. No. And it's going to take forever. I don't have time to do that. So there's a meticulousness, thank you, a meticulousness and a very driven or focused purpose in whatever is going on here. The other part of this, which is more traditional with the Seven of Wands, is defensiveness. Defensive. As you can see, the toilet seat is down, so there's like this, you know, I hate to reduce it to something so quickly, but there's no shit going on here. Like, there's not in the mood to receive shit, okay? I don't want to make it like literal, but like, if you can't poop if the seat is down, you can't do that. So there's this idea of no bullshit. Pisces is on a mission to discover. You're like a bullshit detector, I guess, or a bullshit detective, yeah? And this well-constructed or very weird game that you're playing of cat and mouse and decoy, you know, Tinder profiles or whatever, it's all so that you can build your defenses, or you will know what you have to defend yourself from. Does that make sense? Like, if they take the bait, take the money, confront you on the profile, or, you know, you then catch them swiping on Tinder, so you're like, oh, you think because I had a profile, that means you can have a profile? Bitch, I was just making that for funsies. That was just fake. I was faking you out. You are now ready to defend you're defending the bait or the trap that you set. It's really weird. Really weird. So, on top of that, you've got this Ace of Cups. So, for many of you, this is romantic love. For others, this is more like a family or a familial love. But a lot of you are playing games with your partners. And in a weird way, it'll work for some of you. Like, you set the trap, they don't take the trap, you set the bait out, they don't go for the bait, they don't set off the trap. It proves that they love you. What? Okay, sure. If that's how it works for you guys, cool. But that's basically what you'll be affirmed in when the bait is taken or not taken. You'll be like, that means you love me. Perfect. And some of you might be doing, okay, like some of you might be trying to catfish your own partner. Like, beyond just like, you make a Tinder profile and you try to find them, or you make a Facebook profile or an Instagram profile and you try and find them and become friends with them and send them all these private messages. And you see what I mean? What are you doing? Whoever's doing that, what are you doing? Now, because again, I don't want to go heavy on romance, because a lot of you are not dealing with that. But you are dealing with some type of relationship, some type of exchange of promises or sort of decorum. What are the limits of this relationship, friendship, family, whatever? Where are we going? How do we relate to one another? And you want to see someone's fidelity or their commitment to you or their commitment towards the principles of the relationship. Or someone's doing this to you. It doesn't matter which way it goes. It's general, yeah? And, you know, for some, this is like, I just threw that card over there. 1 second. All right, Pisces, I'm throwing cards like they're ninja stars or something. Anyway, so some of you, like, I'm also getting, like, this is like a revival of some type, because worlds can involve cycles. Talk about things happening again. Let's try this again, or let's, you know, see what happens this time around, you know, so like round 2, round 3, round 4 kind of stuff. And in terms of a romantic relationship, this could be someone that you're on and off again with, okay? And, you know, like I said, the last time you guys were together, there was lying, there was cheating, there was backstabbing, there was betrayal, all kinds of things. And now you're needing to put this person to the test so that you can have this reinvestment or this re-up or this new offer of love between the two of you. Or it'll set you free, and then you can take your Ace of Cups and give it to somebody else. Some of you might have that. Some of you might have, you know, a new person on the horizon, but then your ex has blown back into town, or, you know, they got paroled or whatever, and you're like, damn, I still love him, or I still love her, or damn, here they come again. They're very tempting. Let me lay down a booby trap, and if they fall prey to the booby trap, or whatever bait I'm putting out there, and then that means I need to go and make my love offer to a new person. What the hell are you doing, Pisces? This is very strange. Outcome for mid-May. You have the 3 of Swords in reverse. Show you this card up, right? Lovely little cake. But most people don't want to eat the 3 of Swords cake. And I wouldn't want to either. But you've got it in reverse, so actually I feel that's kind of good. So whatever third-party situation some of you are suspicious of, I think it's going to show it's not happening, or it's a figment of your imagination, or maybe your partner is doing like some weird like double cross kind of shit. Like you're laying bait for them and they're laying bait for you, and you're both trying to catfish each other. And then you realize, oh my God, we tried to catfish each other. We're perfect together. We're a match. You would be. Anybody who tries to catfish, 2 people who try to catfish each other deserve each other. Okay? So some of you are coming to that realization that whatever worries you had about a third-party situation, and if you've been with me for a while, you know I don't throw a third-party situation out there. I'm actually very reluctant against that, but this is something that has been on some of your minds. I'm worried about my partner being with someone else and they're cheating on me, or they have eyes for someone else. It will be proven in some cases that that is not what's going on. Hallelujah, congratulations, you know, happily ever after to you and them. If it's not about a third-party situation, I think that in some weird way, and which is kind of what Pisces does, you guys are weird in lovable ways in my estimation. A lot of you guys are, at least. But whatever you're doing here is helping you heal whatever pain you've had in your heart, romantic or otherwise, whatever betrayals you've faced before, whatever scandals, interesting scandals that you've had to live down, but whatever ache that was in your heart, in your emotions, that was unhealed, that was kind of festering, whatever you're doing here is going to alleviate that and kind of bring you to a calmer, more wholesome place within yourself. And I'm happy that will work out for you guys, but the method of getting there, I'm just like, wow, this is weird. I don't get it. I'm reading it, but I don't get it. Anything else with that? 3 of Swords reversed. Okay, and in some cases, for those of you where you are on the precipice and you're on that verge of taking the next step, getting married or engaged, I am seeing or feeling that we're not gonna go and get engaged and married because someone will take the bait, and that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I'm like, oh. So I catfished you to see if you would cheat on me, and it shows that you would. Therefore, we don't need to be married. Okay, that's for some of you out there. This is very dramatic, Pisces. Why? Why is it so dramatic? Overall energy, 3 of Pentacles. Now, I'm laughing because, look at this. Like the image of this woman and on the ground there. Her hands are made of tools. Like, she's crafty. She's crafty. She's just my type. She's crafty. That's, some of you won't even know what the hell that is. Anyway, so there's an overall theme here of control, manipulation, tinkering. Like I said, being like running hypothesis, running tests and experiments. And being really methodical and meticulous about it, you know, Measure twice, cut once, right? So there's that aspect here where someone is working hard towards a certain result or to see a certain outcome. You know, again, setting bait, all that good stuff. What else do we have here? So working, right? Working together, because Three of Pentacles indicates some type of negotiation and partnership, you know, working in tandem with other people. You do see the three figures on top of the shelf overseeing what the woman is doing down below. So some of you have friends who are helping you perhaps set this bait for your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, and they're just like, okay, we got you, you know, like you're giving them like a burner phone. If they call this number, you answer and you pretend to be, you know, Cheryl, some fake profile that you've named or that you created for some woman named Cheryl. You want your best friend to pretend to be Cheryl to catch your boyfriend in a lie. It's just like, okay. So somebody is helping you along your way. In some cases, not all. Some people are helping you, you know, run this sting operation on your boyfriend or girlfriend. And it's just like a lot of work just to prove this is what I'm feeling. But you got people on your side, people who are here to help you. So kudos to you. And if it's not that about the sting operation, it would then be for those who are going to make it work with your partner. You literally make it work. You know, you might be doing the bulk of the work with your little hammer hand and screwdriver hand, and they're kind of just like overseeing you. But there is this idea of coming together with someone and moving forward, making designs and plans and setting up blueprints and maps for what's going to happen next in your life, okay? Now, the Hierophant has been here, and I said I would address it if it came into play, and the only thing that I'm sensing in how it's coming into play is the traditional thing and the marriage thing, because like I said before, the Hierophant can oversee churches and aspects of marriage and fidelity or, you know, tradition, yeah? So for some of you, this is about your marriage, or this is about the person that you want to marry, or the person who has asked you for your hand in marriage, or vice versa, right? In other cases, it can be this watchful, like an eye in the sky kind of thing, like a bird's eye view, because the scope of the Hierophant is very large, very, very expansive. And it usually talks about societies or cultures at large or communities at large. So there is this idea of a ripple effect, I think, is how that might tie in. If it's not the marriage thing or the tradition thing, there is like this, you know, ripple effect, like how this one action over here reverberates and kind of expands out and hits other areas of your life. That's really it. I mean, maybe in other cases, the Hierophant can be somebody who is helping you, guiding you, someone that you can turn to, like a therapist or a counselor or someone in your church who can give you advice on how to fix your marriage, or, and if someone has like put you up to this, I don't know. Maybe the Hierophant is like, you know what you should do? You should put a trap out. You should bait this person. And it's like, what? I don't know if that's great advice, Pisces, if I'm honest, but I'm not trying to judge. It's just very odd to me to do all of this to get to that result instead of just having a straightforward conversation. But if you're dealing with, okay, Seven of Swords, just quickly to go back into it. If you are dealing with someone who has been a liar and manipulator and like a really sneaky snake in the past, then it would make sense to spring a trap on them. So I'm gonna take back some of my caution here and be like, okay, I get it. In that specific scenario, I get it. Pisces, that is your mid-May reading. What an interesting one. This is one of the most interesting readings I've ever done on for general purposes. So thank you, I guess. Anyway, guys, if you liked it, there's a like button down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. You can leave comments on the video. Let me know how it resonated in your life, if it did at all. You can also share this video across your social media platforms for me. I would love to see that. But the biggest thing of all is if you subscribe to my channel. I would love to see that. I've seen tremendous growth over the past month or two, and it's been really inspiring to me. It's been really gratifying and affirming for me. So I would love to see that continue. And if you want to help a girl out, you want to let YouTube know that you're having a good time around here, you can do any and all of those things. I would greatly appreciate it, okay? Pisces, I'm going to be back in about a week or so and do the monthlies for June. Then, of course, I'm going to do the mids for June as well. And at some point, I assume I'm going to do a random. I'm waiting to be inspired. I'm waiting for the energy to hit me. I'm waiting to have free time for that to happen. So hopefully at some point you'll see one of those up there too, okay? All right, Pisces, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Take care. Bye.